Hello and welcome to Intermediate Conversation with me, Professor John Wallace. This is the book that you need, English First Hand 1, 5th edition. Now we're on Unit 6. We did Unit 3 last time. Now we're on Unit 6. What you should have are two things: the book, and you should have the outline printed. You should have this printed and numbered. 1, 2, 3, all the way to number 7. Because this has the answers on it. So you don't have to look at the screen, you have it right at your desk. So at your desk, you have the book and this at your desk, and you're listening to me. That's how it's done. As far as this being backward, I can't change this being backward. Sorry, that's the camera that I have. The other camera doesn't work. So this is what we have. We have coronavirus. We can't do anything about it. We have the camera problem, and we can't do anything about it. So I'm sorry, but what you can do is have the book right at your desk and have this printed right at your desk. So you know exactly where we are in the book right here. So you should have this printed for Unit 6, okay? And you should please fill in the answers in your textbook and follow along with the video online lecture. So you should be able to do that. And we're at Unit 6, page 52 to 59 in the book right here. And we're on what happened. So we're looking at important life events. And what I have on this page right here are the answers. So let's go over the answers for each one. It's on page 1. So you should have this printed and ready to go. And you should know what it is. I'm telling you, you print this every time. Each time I give you a new one, you print it and you number it. And you can look at the pages to see where you're at. Okay? So page 52, right here, was born in 1986. Then right here, grew up in a small town, graduated from high school, went to college, had a part-time job, got married. These are all in the past. Was, grow, for grown, or grow, graduate, graduated, go, went, have, had, get, got. For vacation activities, saw famous landmarks. Present tense see, past tense saw. Stay, stayed in a nice hotel. Go, went to the beach. Relaxed, okay, right there. Go shopping, went shopping. Met some friends. Had a nice dinner. Saw a movie. So those are the answers right there. Let's play the audio so we can listen to it right now.
Unit 6. What happened? Vocabulary building. Past events.
Important life events. Was born. Grew up. Graduated. Went to college. Had a part-time job. Got married.
Vacation activities. Saw famous landmarks. Stayed in a nice hotel. Went to the beach. Relaxed.
Weekend activities. Went shopping. Met some friends. Had a nice dinner. Saw a movie.
So in this unit, let's look at page 53 right here. In this unit, we will talk about life events and past activities, using the past tense and irregular verbs, go over important life events and past activities, presentation skills. You can tell what it was like, describe the scene. When you finish the unit, you can talk about personal experiences and answer and ask questions about past events. So on page 53, with listening, you will hear people talking about their personal histories. You will identify the situations, then you identify specific time information and actions. And you will write questions about past events and answer about yourselves. Look at page 53. You're going to hear 4 conversations, and you're listening for inferences on that. Page 2, right here, this is what you want to write on page 2. Tell me about yourself, right here. 3, job interview. So number 3, job interview. Number 3. Number 2, in a restaurant. Number 1, TV show. Number 4, on an airplane. And X, not included, classroom. So we're going to listen to these situations, okay? And the first thing you will hear is a TV show, 2nd, in a restaurant, 3rd, job interview, 4, on a plane. Let's listen to it right now so we can identify each one.
Unit 6. Listening. Tell me about yourself. Number 1.
Let's welcome our first guest. She's the star of the recently released Crossroads of Love. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amrita Jain. Welcome, Amrita. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. Thank you.
Love you. Amrita, before we talk about your movie, let's find out a little bit about you. Where did you grow up?
Actually, I was born and grew up in Mumbai, India, and my family moved to the States here in Los Angeles when I was in high school.
What was high school like?
I went to Venice High School in Western LA. High school was actually good for me. I've always been kind of athletic. I was really into sports. I played on the tennis and the volleyball teams.
Did you do any acting?
No, not at all. At that time, I was all about sports. I was interested in films a bit, but I didn't do any acting.
So when did you start acting?
In university, when I was at UCLA, someone asked me to do a small part in a movie called Eyes of a Child, and it was fun. I became more and more interested in it.
So let's look at number 1 right here. And you can look on the page for the answers for it right here. She grew up in India. She moved to the U.S. when she was in high school. She played on the volleyball team, and she had a part in a small film. Let's look at number 2 right there. We also have that on this page, number 2.
Number 2.
This is a nice place.
I'm glad you like it. So, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I didn't grow up around here. I was born near Chicago. My parents still live there, so does my sister.
You grew up there?
I grew up in Chicago. I went to the U of I, studied business. and I got hired by a bank. I worked for them for about 5 years, and then I moved out here last year.
Oh, do you like it here?
I really like it. I wish my parents and sister lived closer, but it's great.
Yeah, I really like it. But it's all I know, really. I was born and raised here.
Did you go to college here too?
Oh, yeah. I didn't live at home, though. Well, I guess we better take a look at the menu.
It all looks so good.
I hear they have really good fish here.
So, number 2, born near Chicago, studied business in college, moved here last year. Let's look at number 3 right there. Listen to the conversation.
Number 3.
Come in, Miss Walker. I'm Ramon Gonzalez.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Your resume is quite impressive. I see you graduated from university a few years ago.
That's right. I majored in computer science and minored in math.
And in your junior year, you worked for Quantic Electronics.
That's correct. I was an intern there for 6 months.
What did you do there?
I worked in new product development.
Excellent. Now, you've been working for your current company for 5 years?
That's right.
And why do you want to work with us?
Well, sir, I'm ready to move up, and your company has an amazing reputation.
So, she majored in computer science, was an intern for 6 months, and worked for her current company for 5 years. And the next one, number 4.
Number 4.
So, why are you going to China?
I'm going back to work. I've worked there 7 years now.
7 years? How did you get started?
Well, I went there to teach English. It was my first job after I graduated. I learned Mandarin. I got pretty good at it, actually. And then I got a job at a Chinese company.
Do you think you'll stay there?
Yes, we're planning to stay. My wife's family lives in Beijing.
Well, I do a lot of business in China. I'll give you my card.
So, number 4, worked 7 years in China, learned Mandarin, wife's family lives in Beijing. So, that's things for that. Let's go now on the bottom of page 2 on the notes right there. Where were you born? Please to sail. Please write the information. Where were you born? So right here, where were you born? Number 2, what activities did you do at school? For example, volleyball, club, band, and so on. What is a very important event in your life? Number 3, what is one very important event in your life? And number 4, when did that important thing happen? When did that important thing happen?
About you.
1. Where were you born? 2. What activities did you do at school? For example, volleyball club, band, and so on. 3. What is one very important event in your life? 4. When did that important thing happen?
So what you want to answer these questions about yourself. When were you born? Where were you born? I was born in the USA. I know you were born in Korea, but where were you born in Korea? So I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. What activities did you do at school? So I was in debate team, track and field, and so on. What's one very important event in your life? Getting married in 2010. And when did an important thing happen? In 2010. So answer and ask some things about yourself there. Okay? Very good. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a video of English in action right here. So I want you to watch the video, and it's going to give some important information about events, past events in someone's life. I have to do it from a mirror right here, but let's just watch it in the mirror and see it for ourselves. Thanks.
Why are you working so hard? The presentation isn't until next week.
Someone's going to be out of the office on Friday.
This Friday? What for?
If you must know, I'm going to a friend's wedding in Miami. I've planned this trip for months.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. But maybe I should cancel with this deadline and all.
No, I meant, are you kidding about the wedding? I'm going to my friend's wedding in Miami this weekend too.
What? What? You're gonna be gone too?
Yeah. I can't wait to get out of here for a few days.
Your friend's name isn't Michael Cooper, is it?
Yeah. And your friend must be Christine.
Yes, Christine Miller, my college roommate.
Well, what do you know? Your friend and my friend getting married. That's unbelievable.
Yes, it sure is. Yumi, are you sure you don't need me to stay?
No, you guys have fun. I can finish the new designs.
Yeah, you think you can hold down the fort?
Isn't it hold the fort?
No, no.
Brad, Zelda, I just got your emails. You're both going to be out in the office on Friday?
We were just talking about that. It's okay. I can hold the fort. No problem.
Zelda, you know we have a deadline. And Brad, you know you need to work on those sales forecasts.
I'll be checking my emails. You can get a hold of me whenever you want. And a couple of days isn't going to make a difference.
And I'll have my laptop, so I'll be working on my designs.
Okay, but you'll both be back on Monday, right?
Back on Monday.
9 a.m. Monday morning, remember?
Yes, sir.
So that bit was about holding down the fort and keeping things ready. I have an apology. Right here, my desktop is broken. It's broken right now. This is a time of coronavirus. So I don't know when I'll be able to have it ready to go. But you can follow things in the book pretty clearly. So it's not really too bad to go through that right now. Okay, now we're looking at the next page, and that is page 54, conversation, how was your weekend? So it's a conversation between two people about how their weekend went. So let's listen to it right now.
Unit 6. Conversation. How was your weekend?
Hi, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I went dancing with some friends.
Really? That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was good. How about you?
On Saturday I had to do some shopping, and on Sunday I went skiing.
What? I didn't know you could ski.
Actually, I can't.
What?
So he seems to have broken his leg when he was skiing. What you want to do is practice this between two people it's Monday morning and coworkers are talking about what they did on the weekend right there. And audio is available at www.pearsonelt.com/English firsthand. Okay, so this thing right here is going into it, and you want to sort of change the dialogue to dancing with some friends, clubbing, or to a movie. That sounds interesting. That sounds great right there. So it's a little bit of a conversation task. Let's listen once again. Let's actually watch once again a video on this. And let me see. I'm trying to find it right here. Okay. Trying to find the video. So we'll watch the video on it right here. Conversation model. So conversation model. We'll watch the video on it right there.
Hi, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I went dancing with some friends.
Really? Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was good. How about you?
Well, on Saturday I had to do some shopping. And on Sunday I went skiing.
What? I didn't know you could ski.
Actually, I can't.
What?
So that was a video of a conversation between two people, sort of the same thing from our cartoon dialogue on page 54 in the book, right there. So let's see right here, and let's see right there. Okay, so that's that page. And now we have pair work on page 55. Where did you go? And I have on page 3 the answers to it. You want to write this in on page 55 and 56. Where did you go? I went to China. So do becomes did. It's not doed, it's did. So the verb do becomes did, and go becomes went, not goed. I went to China. So irregular verbs. When did you leave? I left. Leave becomes left. On Saturday. What did you see there? Do becomes did. Did you see there? I saw. See? No. Saw. SAW, the Great Wall. It was fantastic. What did you eat there? We ate, not eated. Ate. ATE, a lot of Chinese food. Right there. So these are past tense forms. Let's just listen to the audio right here.
Unit 6. Pair work. Where did you go?
Where did you go?
I went to China.
When did you leave?
I left on Saturday.
What did you see there?
I saw the Great Wall. It was fantastic.
What did you eat there?
We ate a lot of Chinese food.
Wonderful.
Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to talk to another partner of yours. One of you is on page 55, the other is on 56, and talk about your vacations. What did you do on various vacations? When did you go? What did you do? Where did you go? What else? Who with what else? Please, Susail, please write down your answers and please ask the questions about it. Okay? So let's do that. Now let's listen to it. That's not a conversation, that's just music. Well, that's it for this week. What we will do next week is we will go on page 57 and make sure that you go to grammar explanation on page 127 right here. And we will be on page 4 of the outline. Remember, you have the outline with the answers and you have this. And you're listening to me about it. I want to thank you very much for being my students, and I'll put up the next part next week. Thank you.